offseason been different from the previous two?
Well, I mean, it was a little longer. Not making the playoffs last year gives you that extra couple of weeks. But it's similar. Just it was a little couple of weeks longer, but mainly the same. We had a lot of turnover this year again because it's just going into our third year. But we think we've done what we've wanted to do, which is get younger, get some better players in. So we've gone out and got some guys who've represented their respective under 20 teams for their nations, as well as we're getting some guys from our academy here, and some guys who have some experience in college as well as in the USL last year. So we think we've done a good job of getting a good nucleus together that hopefully starting this year, the following year is not going to be as many turnover. We're going to have a better core as well as a larger core group of guys.
So is turnover, do you think, just part of the way you guys are running it, or it sounds like you maybe expect it to be more stable going forward?
Well, it's a little bit of both. The way we run it, because we want to get younger, and we thought we weren't young enough. We want to get better. And also, the way it's set up, we expect to lose 2 or 3 guys every year to the first team. So we lost 3 of those guys, so now we have to bring in some more players. And hopefully, if that's the turnover, that's a positive turnover. If we're getting guys, if we're losing guys because they're now signing with the first team, then that's a positive turnover. Hopefully, as I said previously, the other turnovers is not, due to guys not performing or guys not being good enough, but guys that we're signing to the first team. So it's a process. We just, like I said, our third year into it now, and I think we've got a system in place where hopefully now we have a core group of guys that with their youth is going to be here 18 months, 2 years, and then they're moving to the first team. Not we're getting rid of them.
Jordan Schweitzer was one of the guys that moved on to another USL team. Is there anything you can say as to what you guys, how that situation played out?
No, just that was a personal decision. We would have loved to have Jordan back. We thought that Jordan really came on towards the end of the year last year, scored some key goals for us in key games. But he felt from a personal standpoint, he may have a better opportunity of making their first team. And that's, when we bring guys in, we tell them the goal is to make the first team here. All right? If you don't have that goal of making the first team and being an MLS player, then, there's the door, walk out the door. But in his case, he felt he had a better opportunity at a different organization. Like I said, we would have loved to have kept him, but that was something that he decided. It wasn't us getting rid of him.
Saw you guys brought in 7 new guys today. Anybody from that group stand out as someone you're especially excited about, or something like that?
Well, we'll see on Sunday. I think I'm happy for all of them. We've gone out and we've done some scouting. I went to the U20, the CONCACAF U20s qualification in Curacao late last year. Kurt and Garth and those guys has gone to Africa, and we've got some good, solid U20 players that we think eventually going to be first team players here. So now it's a matter of, they're young. They're 18, 19. One guy just turned 18, a couple months ago. So now they have to. It's a different culture. We have to get them acclimated. One guy's complaining today of it being cold. I'm like, this is nothing compared to what you're gonna get, So it's a lot of things off the field that we got to make sure that we get them ready. I think on the field though, the soccer they've shown well, all of them, and we've also added some guys. Ray Sari out of college. We got Francisco Narbonne, who was a former Panamanian U20 player, but he played in the USL last year. So these guys, we expect them to help the young kids, especially just, it's a culture shock for most of them. But we're doing the best we can on and off the field. A lot of them don't speak English, so that's also a challenge in itself. But we think we have the infrastructure here at the club to help these guys, get ready.
Do you take any particular pride in bringing in guys from the islands that maybe are getting overlooked otherwise?
Well, yeah, being from the Caribbean, I have some familiarity with that type of player and what to expect from that type of player. But as a head coach, you're just trying to bring in who you think is the best player, regardless from where he's from. But being from the Caribbean, I'm more exposed to a young Caribbean player than I am, say, an English player or a Canadian player, et cetera, et cetera. But we try to look, across the globe for what we think are the best young players that we can afford. Frankly, some players, we may like, but we just may not be able to afford them. But the players that we can, afford economically to bring in here, we are going to try to bring them in. Are we always going to get it right? No, but we hope to get, 8 out of 10 right, and as opposed to 2 out of 10 right. And I think with the soccer expertise that we have within the club, we've been doing pretty well so far on that aspect.